Hey folks, welcome back to Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. So today we got a fantastic gear review video for you. This is actually the Livingston Mans piece of gear. And it's very similar to one that we've done a review on the channel for before. This is the Cosmitto 2 from OneTigris. This is Livingston Mans' personal jammy right here. Yeah, shout out to OneTigris. If you send us the gear, we'll review it, just saying. But to this point, we buy all of our stuff. So, yeah. Livingston, man, how long have you owned the Cosmitto now?
I got it in January, actually, this year. And its first time out was the cold weather bug out.
All right, fantastic, fantastic.
I've had it out a couple of times, so if it looks a little worn and dirty, that's what it is, because it's not new out of the bag.
Now that's the only way to give an honest review. A lot of folks, a lot of channels will just grab this thing right out of the mailbox and say, okay, let's do a gear review. You got to take it out, man. You got to try it out. You got to know what it's worth. Those guys are the guys who get soaking wet when they take this thing out and don't know that it's, you know, not as waterproof as they thought.
So yeah, stick around.
Hudson Valley Prepping Survival. Let's do it.
As you can see, it's really easy to set up. I mean, one person can do it just fine, but two people, that was actually like, maybe that took 3 minutes. So let's go inside without further ado. As you can see, it's remarkably similar in structure to probably another tent you've seen on the channel before, like the Light Fighter. It's a little smaller. It's not like Gore-Tex and stuff, but it is indeed, let's see, it weighs 5.5 pounds. It's 7 feet. It's like 7 feet long. All right, I'm like 6 feet long. It's all right, we're in here. All right, I got 2 gear stows above my head. I'm gonna give it, it's over 4 feet wide. So I mean, 2-person tent, yeah. 1-person tent, this is fine, okay? It's pretty big. It's got 2 doors, so you can get out either way, which helps if you do have 2 people in here. Without question, you could set this up with just the bug tent inside. No reason to have to put the rain fly on there, because actually even now it's hot in here. I don't know what's the temperature outside right now, but it's baking in here. But like I said, it's a decent tent. It's built well. Look, the tub floor comes up a good 6 inches. I have never used it in the rain, but it has did me well in super cold weather. I mean, look, it'll sit right up in here. It's got a good high ceiling. There's a hook here that's supported by the poles. So like when you hang a lantern or something off of there, the whole tent's supporting it, not just the weak mesh.
Now, what's the name of this sucker again?
It's a Cosmitto 2.
Okay.
This one. Now, the original version has a different rain fly. It's got a 1,500 waterproof rating. This one, they claim 2,000, which was in response to the original version of the tent's leaking, apparently. It even does say that it's not designed for heavy rainstorms, because probably the first thing everybody was doing is buying tents and taking them out in the heaviest rainstorm they can find and being like, it leaks. If you think you're going to be under severe weather, then you're going to want to put an actual like survival tarp or like a ridgeline tarp over top of this even to keep yourself more safe. What this is really for is light rain, blocks wind. At the ends here, you can pop them out. It's supposed to help with ventilation, but I'm here to tell you that it's really not right now. But that's the thinking, is that you can get some airflow through the tent so it stops building up condensation and doesn't get so hot. But yeah, as you can see, if I was 1 person, you have pretty much plenty of room. And at 5.5 pounds, if you wanted to tote the whole thing in your pack, you could, I think, pretty easily. It would be rather bulky. It's about 2 feet long by like 6 inches packed in its stuff sack, because it's got hard poles. There's no way to really crumple it down and get it any smaller than that.
How are the zippers?
They're good. These are YKK zippers.
Oh, fantastic.
Now, of course, they claim that.
Oh, look, it's got a little poke out to give you a little more ventilation.
Well, I think that's to help you be able to grab the zipper.
Access the zipper. All right, man. They thought of a lot of stuff when they built this sucker. What's the price point on this sucker?
This is $159.99 as of today, about 2 hours ago on Amazon. Only place I know of to get one.
So this is like double a Light Fighter.
In terms of size?
But for the same money as used military surplus, right, Livingston Man?
Sure, like, $160. It's a full-fledged, very comfortable tent. As for its durability, can't speak to it. It's too new yet. But it's a quality piece of gear. It's extremely easy to set up versus anything you could go ahead and get at Walmart and stuff like that. This one has actually got well thought out features that are, it's inspired by tactical designs.
Absolutely. This is a really nice tent, Livingston Man. I think it's going to serve you well for years to come. A lot of gear up there. Obviously, it's going to limit your headspace, but this is fantastic. And you are right, it does get roasting in here. Roasting. So set this sucker up in the shade. Livingston Man, I think you hit a home run with this sucker here. This is the OneTigris Cosmitto 2. And if you got a cuddle buddy you like to camp with, this is definitely the tent for you.
Small in a footprint, it's really easy to set up and quick.
Yeah.
So if you did have no other shelter, you could be like, oh boy, it's about to rain, and get this thing up in less than 5 minutes. With practice, it's a piece of cake, super easy. A kid could do it.